Most people who are watching this, I'm going to assume they probably know what a dairy is, but they don't really get it, understand it. So first of all, you have a lot of dairies in Gooding County.
Yes.
Tell me, just give me a really brief idea of what a dairy is.
The dairies are where the milk is processed from the cows for you to get milk, cream, cheese, milk products.
Okay. And you guys have quite a few here.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so tell me about the dairy robbery case.
So one night we had a couple carloads of people that were out having a good time, just whooping it up, drinking. And one of our deputies stopped them, and the driver was drunk, so he had to come to town. Well, the other guys didn't want the party to end, but they got to have their buddy because they're buddies. Well, some of them had worked out on some dairies, and it was payday. There's a pile of cash on these guys. Let's go rob them. And so they went around and they robbed. It's been some time ago. I think they robbed like five dairies. Just the guys working in the dairies.
So they were milkers. Just what did they do? Did they just go there and
walk into the parlor where they're milking the cows and stuck guns in their faces and give me your monies?
Wow. On average, I'm just curious. I mean, they go through the process of this. How much money do you think they're making when they're robbing these dudes? I mean, is it a couple hundred? Is it a couple thousand? I'm just wondering why go through the risk.
Probably between $800 and $1,200.
Okay.
A go.
But they're literally sticking guns in people's faces, going, "Hey, give us your money." Okay. So how does that case progress then?
So the victims in it had told us that in their statements that two of the kids were African Americans, and there aren't a whole lot of African Americans in Gooding County, but we had two brothers that lived in Wendell. So I found this out and I thought, this is easy. And I drove over to Wendell and scooped one of them up, took him to the police department and started talking to him. And the guy confessed. He said, yes, I did it. Uh-huh. Good deal. My phone rang, and it was one of our civil deputies. And she said, I don't think you got the right guy. There's two guys that have been coming in and out of a cornfield that I'm living next to that match the description of the African Americans that you took over this. And I said, what are you talking about? She said, there's a house right there, and this is who's living in that house. Well, I knew that the name off the house, that there were two boys that were involved in this that were living in that house. Hold on. And I went in there and I looked at that kid and I said, you lied to me. You goddamn lied to me. He said, yeah. I said, you're going to eat 5 armed robberies. You have at least 5 felony charges on you and go to prison. Why would you do that? I needed the street cred.
Street cred. We're just out of curiosity, the two that you were initially dealt with, the one who confesses and then the two that you ultimately arrested, were they originally from Idaho?
The first family that I had dealt with, they weren't from Idaho. I think the other two were, but they were from a different county.
The reason I ask is they're talking about street cred. Street cred for what? Street cred for
right, for robbing 5 milkers
But
in
like,
Wendell, Idaho.
yeah, right. But I'm assuming they're not part of a gang. So what
Right.
street cred are you getting? I mean, it'd be one thing if you're like, you're up here from California and I did this, but that's not the case with these
Right.
guys.
Yeah. Nobody cares in Wendell.
Crazy.
It was. I couldn't believe that he was going to take the rap on that, because street cred in Wendell, Idaho.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Right.
It's not Chicago.
Right.